Hi, I'm Dan Small. Welcome to Deer Hunt, Wisconsin. This is our 35th annual special to help you get ready for Wisconsin's gun deer season. You know, today Wisconsin hunters are required to wear blaze orange or fluorescent pink outerwear during any firearms or muzzleloader season. But many of us are old enough to remember when this red and black buffalo plaid was the unofficial uniform of lumberjacks and deer hunters everywhere. Coming up, we'll visit a deer camp that's been around for more than 100 years. We'll also hear from successful hunters, get a peek at some white deer, update you on new rules and changes in deer management units, look at non-toxic ammo, and provide a hunting forecast for each region of the state. All that and more coming up on Deer Hunt, Wisconsin 2025. We asked you to send us photos of your hunts, and you did. Here are some scenes from hunts that took place just last month. The first two were bow hunts. Mike Strom of Burlington got several trail camera photos and videos of a buck that eventually walked in front of his stand.
Here he is.
Kurt Lentz of Elkhart Lake photographed a monster buck for 6 years leading up to his successful hunt. And Bart Prowl of Appleton captured trail camera shots of this 10-point buck on his family's managed forest land in Waupaca County, and Bart's 14-year-old daughter Siobhan shot that same buck during this year's youth hunt. Well, I guess that shows us the value of trail cameras, eh? If you've got trail cam shots or photos and videos of a hunt, your hunting blind, or your deer camp, message us on Facebook at Deer Hunt WI. Wisconsin's archery and crossbow season has been open for 2 months, and a lot of hunters have already bagged a buck or put some venison in the freezer with an antlerless deer or two. We asked viewers to share photos and videos from their Wisconsin hunts, like this one from Art and Michelle Helen of Dodgeville.
Look. Here he is, nice 10-pointer. Nice deer. Got some little junk down here in his bases. It's been a long time since I've got a deer at home here in Wisconsin. And he's a beauty.
Most of those hunts took place in late afternoon, but you know, deer can show up any time of day. How long do you stay in your stand? The Packers play the Vikings at noon on the first Sunday of the gun season, and they play the Lions at noon on Thanksgiving Day. If you're tempted to head back to camp or home to watch those games, think again. Ryan Knight points out that hunters who leave their stands early sometimes push deer to other hunters.
Oh, thanks for coming, Mark. This makes it a lot easier.
Oh, yeah.
I still feel 25, but I'm 42, so.
That's all right. I've been wanting to try this out anyway. If it can handle this deer, it can handle anything. Oh.
Perfect.
Ride them right in.
I was in first light like normal, and sat till 10:30 like I typically do, and was going to come in for lunch. And I just thought, let's give it 5 more minutes. And sure enough, I hear a couple shots go off. I don't know, maybe other guys going in to get something to eat, pick something up. But then this guy starts walking in down the wood line, gets 50 yards away, and I'm like, just keep coming down the wood line, guy. And he kept coming and got within 50 yards. I nailed him. He went less than 50, and that was it. So I have my lesson now. Sit in the stand until it's actually lunchtime and not 10:30, hour and a half to lunchtime.
That's a good tip.
Some of the most photographed deer in the state are those with all white coats. Perhaps you've seen some in Vilas County or central Wisconsin. Here's Bob Haase of El Dorado with some thoughts on white deer and whether we should be hunting them.
According to the DNR, white deer are present in about 40 counties in Wisconsin. A genetic trait called leucism is what causes a deer to become white. A true albino is a little different than a white deer. It's caused by different conditions, and albinos seem to have more health issues than the common white deer that we see around Wisconsin. I've seen estimates we get about 200 to 300 white and albino deer in Wisconsin, but I know we've got a lot more than that. But probably still less than the 1% of the total population of deer in Wisconsin. I do have pictures of 2 white bucks. They're about 8 years old, and I took those in the Boulder Junction area this last year. The white deer create an economic benefit to that area. While I'm out photographing white deer, I come across people from different states and even other countries that come to the Boulder Junction area just to see and photograph a white deer, and this has a positive economic impact to the Vilas County area. The central part of the state of Wisconsin, we don't have that. Most people don't even know we got white deer in the central part of the state, but we do have white deer here, and we've got quite a few of them, and it seems to be increasing as well. I'm not against having a white deer hunt in Wisconsin if that's what hunters want, but before establishing a deer hunt, let's look at the pros and cons. And for example, there might be property owners out there or non-hunters that don't have a problem with shooting brown deer, but may have a different opinion of shooting a white deer, and might say, well, who cares? But it may affect landowners giving permission to hunt on their property if they think you might shoot a white deer. Another issue is if we have 5 counties that can do this, and the number of people that might come from all over the state to get into those 5 counties, there's a possibility of shooting a white buck or a white doe. That could maybe be solved pretty easily by just running a white deer hunt, just like you do our elk hunt. Same type of conditions, and that might be a solution to it. Let's take the time, do it right, look at the pros and cons, and see what we end up with.
Want to create the ultimate trophy buck playground? Wildlife Research Center has all the tools you need. Start with the Golden Rope, designed to create the ultimate interaction site. Add the Magnum Scrape Dripper, drips daytime only to pattern bucks when it matters most. With the active branch holder, you can create the perfect setup exactly where you want it. Create your ultimate trophy buck playground today. Wildlife Research Center, the gold standard.
It's the smell of a fire in hunting camp. It's the sound of a river after a successful hunt. It's the sight of a sunrise and a boy and a dog in a duck blind. And this is the sight and sound of someone on Capitol Hill fighting to protect all of it. Someone from SCI. SCI, first for hunters.
Do you ever wish you could fly? We can't give you wings, but we can give you freedom. Freedom to roam these wild lands. Independence. To hunt. Haul. And explore. When you want to move freely, it has to be swift. Swift Lift. Pick up and go.
Deer Hunt Wisconsin is brought to you by Vortex Optics, exceptional quality and a lifetime warranty. VortexOptics.com. By Wild Eagle Lodge, your year-round Northwoods vacation. WildEagleLodge.com. By Stormy Kromer, handcrafted in the USA since 1903. StormyKromer.com. and by Outdoor News Publications, the sportsman's choice for news and information, outdoornews.com.